Marvin Harrison Jr. returned to the practice field for the Arizona Cardinals. Is he truly back? Will he be in the lineup come Sunday against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? What quarterback are the Cardinals going to face on Sunday as well? Baker Mayfield, Teddy Bridgewater. We're getting it all at Johnny.
Yeah, plus we dive into some Kyler Murray rumblings, off-season quarterback rumors. Speaking of off-season, Bo and I going to do a little Thanksgiving Eve mock draft. Buckle up, friends. PHNX Cardinals starts now. Hey, welcome in. Live from Studio K, presented by our friends at Circle K. It's the PHNX Cardinals podcast, your premier, #1 in the world, Arizona Cardinal podcast. Like and subscribe, friends. Leave us a 5-star wherever you get your programming. Happy Thanksgiving Eve. I'm Johnny Venerable. That's Bo Brack in Studio K. Welcome. This is your premier Arizona Cardinal podcast. Happy holidays, Bo.
Happy holidays to you as well. Hopefully those in the chat, the diehards who we love so much, taking advantage of their early access to the Black Friday sale, getting all that merch like this red hat for 30% off. The deals are flowing, and so is the information today for your Arizona Cardinals as they prepare for their Week 13 matchup. This episode of PHNX Cardinals, thanks, Jules Felix, is brought to you by our friends over at Bet365. You can bet I am going to be on the app tomorrow morning with 3 football games on the docket and one on Friday. Download the Bet365 app today. Use the code PHNX. Deposit $10, bet $5, and get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose.
I'm excited about the games tomorrow. Can I just say, I lost my train of thought, but here's what I want to say. I'm excited the Cardinals aren't playing tomorrow. My wife reminded me, she goes, remember in years prior where you had to cover the Cardinals on Thanksgiving and Christmas and they were never any good? And I'm like, could you imagine the fresh hell that would await you and I? It's like, yeah, I got to go step away from my family. The team's 3-8. People could get fired. No Kyler Murray. It's like, see you guys. I'll be back around 11 p.m. tonight. Yeah. I would be a dead man.
Yeah. Children, enjoy your toys. Everybody enjoy your nice home-cooked meal. I am heading out. Got my briefcase. Going to go cover.
Here are the divorce papers. To go sign this.
A football team that's been out of it for a month and a half now. I'm going to go watch Trace McSorley, real story of my life, play football on Christmas night against Tom Brady. It actually ended up being the last home game for one J.J. Watt. But and I got to see the GOAT, Tom Brady, play in person and come back and beat the Cardinals.
But today, pre-Thanksgiving, you were out in Tempe. And listen, Cardinals, they're in a bad way. We spend – here's what we do. This is the new schedule here on PHNX Cardinals. We preview a horror show. The game happens. It's worse than we can imagine. Then we debrief for 2 days. And then here on Wednesday, it's like time to ramp it up and do it all again. So, Bo, what happened in Tempe today?
That's it. Rinse and repeat. But instead of just like running cold water over it, it's just a nice solid punch to the gut every Wednesday morning, it feels like. It's like, oh, how can things possibly get worse than this? And you get like a Tuesday buffer, and then Jonathan Gannon jumps in front of the press and says stuff like this.
Walt will not be out there today. He will not go this week. And then everybody else, you guys will get the report, kind of varying degrees, who's working back from some things, and just take it day by day.
No Walter Nolan III.
Whoops.
Your 16th overall pick after being in the lineup, what was it, 4 straight weeks? He's on the shelf with a knee injury.
I got a text from somebody, and he goes, yeah, you know that Walt's their best player, right? And I'm like, yeah, I do. Walt, like, they think that Walter Nolan is like the best player on defense that they have. I mean, like maybe the most impactful.
Right.
Like Sweat's good. And, they got a good corners, and Calais is like the best overall talent that they have defensively is Walter Nolan.
Yeah. And we're becoming aware of that when, despite 4 turnovers, the Jacksonville Jaguars were able to still muster points against this defense. It was mostly after Walter Nolan exited the game. Just real unfortunate. So no Walter Nolan. We'll see if we can get one Will Johnson back. He was out there once again on the practice field. But Johnny, returning to the practice field, making a triumphant return just 2 weeks removed from surgery for appendicitis. Sweet baby Marvin Harrison Jr. Remember when we held the line for Marvin Harrison Jr.? Well, he's back, baby. Yes, MHJ, which I saw that shirt on sale over at Dick's Sporting Goods. You can find that. Yeah, you can find it there. Plus, you can find, of course, the ALLCITY merchandise store. So here was Marv. He hit the field. This was inside the practice bubble. Looking good, looking fresh, looking spry, didn't look limited by any means. Normally, we talk to – there's Justin Fry. Get out of the way, Justin. Normally, Marvin Harrison Jr. speaks at his locker on Wednesdays. It was a little different schedule, so hopefully getting to catch up with Marv. He might talk tomorrow, and then if he doesn't, he'll talk for sure on Friday. Here he is. They catch a pass from Jacoby Brissett here, but you can tell, just looks every bit himself. Little shake and bake there. But yeah, just doing a little routes first air. So Marv looking good. He was limited officially according to the injury report. And there you go. I mean, you add what you've seen from Brissett and Trey McBride and Michael Wilson and all the Twitter warriors saying, oh, it's garbage time, those stats, whatever. Regardless, you add him to that passing attack that is showed signs of life in garbage time or in any capacity.
Well, and Marvin, I think the plan was always, now it appears that they were just going to shut him down for 2 weeks. It's just like Marv won't be playing for 2 weeks. Like, oh, okay. And then hopefully there's some messaging there with Will Johnson where it's like, okay, we're going to shut Will down for 3 weeks, ramp him back up. Real quick detour off of Marv real fast. I hope that Walter Nolan, it's not a Jonah Williams scenario where it's like, yeah, he's out this week for practice. He's not going to practice. And then next week, the team, in all their wisdom, they've done this maybe 20 times this year.
No.
He goes on injured reserve. No, I'm serious. How many times have they done that? Where it's like,
they haven't done that really.
Yes, I can name all
where it is. It's become an issue. I mean, like they've done it. Like we knew with Trey Benson, they were pretty quick with it. With Garrett Williams, they were quick with it. It's like you have this one scenario, and it's a shoulder, not a knee. I think usually it's like knees are pretty cut and dry. Either have ligament damage or you avoided some of the worst case scenarios. And
what about Kyler? What about Kyler?
Oh yeah, because that's a real injury.
All I'm saying is, okay, hypothetically, if you thought that this was an injury that was going to land him on injured reserve, would he have been put on injured reserve already?
For
Walter,
I think he would have been put on injured reserve today.
Okay. Because I want to believe that. I want to believe we'll see Walter again this year. I want to believe there's not a surgery involved. And I haven't heard anything. We had heard right after his prior injury in Seattle, like he was fine. He was going to play the next week. We reported it on this show. I have PTSD because I haven't heard anything on like Jonah Williams just 2 weeks ago. Is like, and again, that's a little bit tongue in cheek because nobody wanted to see Jonah play. No offense. Right. But it was like Jonah's out this week. And then he goes on IR. And Kyler Murray is practicing and he's on IR.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, case-by-case basis, and the Kyler Murray and Jonah Williams scenarios are vastly different than Walter Nolan, who you established at the beginning of this podcast might be the Cardinals' best football player. So if they can bring him back and continue to get a guy who lost so many reps from the beginning of training camp through that to the first 7 games of the season, they're going to try to get him healthy and back out there.
Okay. So I just wanted to put a pin in that for now. We expect to see Walter again, hopefully in the coming weeks, but he is not practicing this week. Noted. Maybe hold him out against, they got the Rams next week. Who do they have next week?
Yeah.
Maybe hold him out that game too. We'll see him after the Rams. All right. So back to Marv.
Yeah.
I saw some snark on Twitter streets nationally where people are like playing the Colin Cowherd, Ben Simmons, LeBron thing, where it's like, hey, LeBron, we're all good here. We've got Michael Wilson. And while I think that's hilarious, that is hilarious. Mm-hmm. I'm coming at it from the mindset. I have two schools of thought on this, and I want to get your opinion. Number one, people are burying Marv. Michael Wilson is breaking out in his third year, right? Marv's third year is next year. Number two, I don't trust the offensive coordinator to develop or contribute to the wide receiver volume as far as I can throw him. I think Marv and Michael Wilson are both talented, and I think they've both been misused. And I think moving into 2026, whomever's coordinating this offense will have the foresight to see that. And you have Trey and Marv and Michael. That's a pretty good group. And you add like a Jordan Tyson or whomever to that. It's a deadly group. But for me, it's like, I don't view this as a problem. I view the offensive coordinator and the malpractice that's gone on with the receivers is the problem. That's my take on it.
Yeah. I can see people taking issue with that. It was a big topic of discussion as far as, how the playmaking hierarchy was going to work. Jacoby Brissett was asked about that during his media availability. And he just basically said they were kind of sorting things out. So, and he said Drew's got a tough task ahead of him. I think in Jacoby Brissett wasn't trying to be, and he said he didn't want to make it a disservice to Michael Wilson, but what he's done as far as his emergence, like this is a guy that's always put in the work. They've always had confidence in him. But I think as far as just watching it play out 2 consecutive weeks and him put up over 300 yards on, 33 targets, 25 catches.
Yeah.
That he proved that he can be a force to be really dealt with in the passing attack. And I don't think that just goes away with the return of Marvin Harrison Jr. I don't think it's just going to be, hey, Drew Petzing is going to designate who the first, read is in each and every play. But now, at the very least, you're not going to have undrafted rookie or undrafted guy being the go-to guy on the final play in the game. At least you can't even get him out on the field, and then those passes would go to Marv. Marv he isn't just coming off the Dallas performance; he's coming off the Seattle performance, which was rough. So he's got to kind of rebound too. Not only coming off of the appendicitis and the surgery.
Yeah, I don't know this for sure, but Marv needed surgery Monday or Tuesday. He played an NFL game 40 hours prior. Maybe, and again, we know how physical Seattle's corners are. But I've seen Marv have success against Seattle's corners earlier this year. So that game, I think Marv would have been contributing, and I think there's enough to go around. Listen, when you're the Arizona Cardinals and your leading rusher for this year is Amari DiMercato, and Kyler Murray is still in the top 3 of leading rushers for this team, Bo. Yeah. They're going to have to throw the ball. Kyler Murray is 3rd in rushing for this team with 173 yards. DiMercato is at 241. Trey Benson, is he going to play? I'll pick your brain on that here in a minute. But guess what? The Cardinals can't move people up front. They're not well coached. They need a new left guard. They need a new right tackle. So guess what? Jacoby Brissett, loosen up that arm. You're going to be throwing again 40-plus times. And so when you're throwing at that kind of volume, Marv, Michael, Trey should be plenty of targets. And by the way, Tampa just got worked in their secondary by Matthew Stafford. Their secondary has not been good this year.
Yeah, the big thing I think for Marv specifically is he returns that we've seen with an opportunity. Michael Wilson was able to go in there and see more targets and increase his productivity by tenfold.
Yeah,
and regardless if you're throwing it 40 times, and the issue is there's only one football, that should be enough times to satisfy your 3-headed monster in the passing attack. But it's going to come down to that rapport of Jacoby Brissett and Marvin Harrison Jr. Because Michael Wilson proved that if you make him, the first option as far as outside, he's going to produce for you. Trey
Right.
McBride is going to be your main producer just overall as in the passing attack, the tight end position. Marvin Harrison Jr. now I think is going the pressure will be on, because if he doesn't, I don't think he's going to get the luxury of having a 3-catch, 12-target day. Like, I don't think he's going to be dialed up or looked at in the offense, and could be kind of an afterthought if they struggle to find that connection again.
Yeah, I think pressure's on Marv for sure. I like that Michael has raised the ceiling in that room where this is the expectation. Like, Michael Wilson in 2 games now has shown you, like, hey, this is somebody that we can envision being a 1,000-yard receiver in the NFL, which we've already we felt like that after his rookie season. You just so happen you have the best tight end in the NFL. Trey McBride's on pace for 1,300 yards this year. It's ridiculous. And so a lot of targets are going to go to him, rightfully so. So then it's like, okay, well, Marv has had a lot of opportunity on and off to produce. And, there's varying degrees of success with that. Michael Wilson has been undeniable in 2 weeks. So you've got now a good litmus test for 6 games to let this all kind of shake out. Again, they're all under contract next year. They're all ascending. It's a good problem to have. I think, I was looking at, we're gonna break it down. We're gonna do a mock draft for the end of the show. It's not a great receiver class,
right?
Jordan Tyson, we love him here locally. He's by and large the number 1 receiver in this class. Let's see about his injury concerns and where he falls into the top 10. Yeah. But it's not a year like when Marv got drafted, where it was Marv and Neighbors and, Lad McConkey and Brian Thomas Jr. Right. It's not that kind of class. And so I, for one, I just like to be able to check a box like, hey, we don't have to go overspend or overdraft a receiver based on what I think line, quarterback. I mean, there are needs offensively. I think wide receiver is down the list now after this ascension from Michael Wilson.
Yeah, I even was thinking about it today. Does Michael Wilson, has he made the case to be an extension candidate as early as this offseason? I think he has.
I don't want to say buy low, but you
just get in. You don't have, and I think both parties have a benefit in that.
Michael, Garrett, and Paris all should be extended this offseason.
Yeah, I don't even know if there's the urgency with Paris, just because you have the 5th-year option and you can always negotiate that. Sure. You pick it up in May. I mean, it's easy. It's just checking a box, and you say we're going to get this figured out. You're going to be one of the richest, tackle contracts in NFL history. But yeah, be like Trey last offseason. We thought it was going to be Garrett Williams, and you were going to kind of just what we'd seen from Michael Wilson, what his role was in this offense, just let him play out. And if you can work out a future deal after his rookie contract is done. But now I think he shows this is a guy that can be productive given, the proper role at the NFL level, very productive. So I think it benefits Michael Wilson in his camp and the Cardinals in their camp to maybe talk about and iron out a contract that makes sense. It's not going to be massive, but it's going to be good for Mike, considering he would be wide receiver 2, 3rd option in this offense. What's that kind of money look like beyond your rookie deal?
I also think other teams would be salivating to get their hands on him, knowing that, I don't want to keep going back to this, that we all feel like he has been underutilized. The receiver game has been underutilized. And again, we're going to talk about this later in the show, and Todd Bowles points this out. When Kyler Murray was the quarterback of this team with Drew Petzing, they didn't throw to receivers.
Right.
So, I'm sure Drew will be like, well, with Jacoby, I do that now. Well, it's okay, it's too little too late for that. But regardless, whatever, or whatever iteration of Cardinal football we see beyond this year, it has to be a priority offensively of getting these 3 players the football. You really, we thought that this was going to be the plan in 2024, and it's taken way too long to start this. It shouldn't have taken Marv to get hurt to get Michael Wilson the ball. So we're coming back around the corner. We're going to talk a little bit about Todd Bowles. We're going to take a look at the injury report. Is Trey Benson poised to return this weekend? Plus a mock draft and K1 rumors. All that and more coming up. It's PHNX. But first, I want to tell you about our friends at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Can't wait to chop it up with all of you at our watch party this Sunday at Wild Horse Pass. Again, 'tis the season to hang with friends and family at the premier casino sportsbook combination in the Valley. It is on par with anything you'll see in the greater Las Vegas Strip area. I'm talking about the 4 Diamond Resorts, 4,500 slots, live table games. Catch all the action at any of their sports books, including the largest in Arizona at Wild Horse Pass. Go big or go home a winner. You do you at Gila River Resorts and Casinos. Visit playatgila.com for more details. Again, can't wait to see everybody this weekend. We're going to be doing a watch party, watch along, see if the Cardinals can get us off the mat. We're going to be going bright and early. Pregame starts at 10:30 a.m. at Gila.
What a sports weekend it's going to be starting on Friday. You got the Territorial Cup going on in Tempe. How about Game Time? Downloading it, and that's going to get you into the game to watch one of the more anticipated duels in the desert that we've seen in recent history. 8-3 teams taking it on each other here in the Big 12 with potential implications on the line. How about the Suns taking on the Nuggets on Saturday? You can get in the door downtown Phoenix, $53 with Game Time. Go see a stand-up show early December. Shane Gillis, he's playing next Friday. Check that out. WWE Monday Night Raw. Looks like Johnny's going to have to fork up for some more cash. Luckily, he's got Game Time. Download the app, Johnny. Just use a different email address, and you'll use the code PHNX to get $20 off. That should help you. $20 off. Use the code PHNX. Download the Game Time app today. It's going to give you the best option, get the best prices on the tickets and the events that you want to go to. Download the app, create an account, use the code PHNX for $20 off. Again, create that account, redeem code PHNX, $20 off, tap ticket, go download Game Time app today.
No more wrestling this year for the Venerable family. 2 live events is our max, although I just can't let my son see those Game Time prices. It's like they're giving away from free, it seems like. Hit us up with a subscribe. Hit us up with a like. We appreciate everybody taking time out of their holiday week. I know a lot of people were off today. It's great to spend some time with friends and family. If you're traveling, be safe. Cardinals traveling out east to take on Tampa Bay to see an old face. Todd Bowles, who they've lost 3 in a row, but he's been a staple of the NFC South since Bruce Arians' retirement. I always kind of felt like the Cardinals were robbed of what Tampa was able to do, because if you remember when Bruce Arians retired, Todd had success. He won 10 games with the Jets. They didn't go to the playoffs. He got fired because everybody gets fired with the Jets. And then he rejoined Bruce that next year in Tampa, and it was off to the races with Tom Brady and a Super Bowl championship. And then when Bruce retired, Todd took over. And I'm like, they got Jason Light and they got Todd Bowles and it's just like, I was always disappointed that Todd never ended up here post Bruce Arians. The fact that he's a head coach in 2 places and none of which were in Arizona, that's tough.
Yeah, the timing just never really worked out, right? I mean, he hit the scene with BA. His defense, the no-fly zone was fantastic.
It was great.
And he earned himself a promotion. He got his first head coaching job, unfortunately, with the wrong organization, the New York Jets. Just a disaster class as far as, opportunities go. And I don't think he was set up for success. And then, Bruce Arians was able to set him finally up for success when they reunited down there in Tampa. And they won a Super Bowl, and Todd Bowles was masterful throughout the playoffs and in that Super Bowl and creating and generating unique, pre-snap looks and pressures against Patrick Mahomes, who was running for his life. And then, when BA stepped away, handed the keys to Bowles, and I think Bowles finally got, a stable organization, a good GM, and, lightning in a bottle with Baker Mayfield, who it probably is going to be out. He didn't practice today, but Todd Bowles is proven that he's fully capable of being a head coach. And it's just unfortunate. Like the Cardinals have certainly had their share of openings, and Todd Bowles has certainly been available, but they've never just the stars never aligned.
It's never made a marriage. And we expect Todd to be retained, even if they don't make the playoffs this year. We're going to see on Jonathan Gannon here over the next 6 weeks we made a point yesterday, and I think that this is going to continue to kind of simmer. Jacoby Brissett versus Teddy Bridgewater in Tampa. You would assume the Cardinals have a quarterback advantage in that matchup. The optics of losing to Teddy Bridgewater are so damning. I just can't comprehend. And then you had Colin Cowherd put up, as he did his Blazing 5 today, he put up the Cardinals' defensive ranks over the past couple of weeks. They're last in total defense. So it's a bad combination for Jonathan Gannon. So every week we talk about, like, this is a new must win. They have to win this game. And like, I wasn't thinking that coming into this game after last week. But when you texted me, because I wasn't watching the Sunday night game, when Baker Mayfield got hurt, I'm like, well, now they have to win. you literally, you can't be losing to Teddy Bridgewater. Right. I don't care what the state of your roster is in. I don't care what quarterback you're playing. Teddy Bridgewater was like a school teacher last year or something. Like
high school coach.
High school coach. Mm-hmm. I mean, that the optics of this, they have no running game. They're missing a bunch of receivers. Mike Evans hasn't played in forever. Their defense hasn't been good now.
And that's really it. There's a big steep fall off as far as production from the wide receivers. And then I see this quote today from Baker Mayfield. Because they're probably it's a pain tolerance, I think, really with his injury, and obviously he doesn't want to aggravate what's going on. But he said this, Johnny, as the Bucs sit at 6-5, and they're going up against Carolina as like their biggest competition in that just
playing twice
at 6-6. But Baker said, like, if he sits this one out, quote, every game my eyes must be a must-win playoff scenario. But understanding that, if I sit one game out, it provides me to be healthier for down the stretch. And that's just how I'm going to look at it. And I have to be smart with the understanding that, the sights are still set on the playoffs. But to get there, we have to win these games, especially NFC matchups. It's just, first off, what a luxury to be in the NFC South, and you're sitting at 6-5, and you think that there's any wiggle room to sit out, and like they're sitting there and they're looking at this team and they're like 3-8 Cardinals. Look, if there is a chance to sit out and benefit from it, and then be able to come back, like still get a win, and then be ready for the stretch run. I mean, that's really what he outlines there.
Yeah, and I think they can win with Teddy Bridgewater. Like, this is Cardinals have lost 7 of 8, right? The Cardinals lost to the Titans. The Cardinals have to go cross country and play in an early kickoff game. I can't remember the last time the Cardinals won at Tampa. So, like, this is
probably
a game.
BA, was it 2013?
Probably. Yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, like, I don't. Do you expect Baker Mayfield to play? I don't. I expect Teddy Bridgewater to play.
Well, let's take a look at the injury report. He did not practice today, but it was estimated. So they had a walkthrough. They had an estimated. He did not practice for Baker Mayfield with that non-throwing shoulder.
Yeah,
you did see Bucky Irving was full go in this estimation for them. So it's just going to be. I can't imagine he even tries to push it at any point this week. Do you?
No, and I think they can fall to 6-6, worst case scenario, and their schedule's so bad down the stretch. Like, I mean, 9 wins probably gonna win this division. Honestly, like, if I
must be nice.
This is not good podcast. Yeah, but the Cardinals are losing games outside their division. It's not just.
No, I know they couldn't sniff 9 wins.
So here's the rest of the schedule for Tampa: Cardinals, Saints, Falcons, Panthers, Dolphins, Panthers. He ain't playing this weekend. That's it. Let me read that one more time. The 3-8 fraud Cardinals, the Saints, Tyler Shuck and the boys, the Falcons, who are a disaster, 4-7, Panthers, juggernaut, 6-6, Dolphins under 500, but playing better, and the Panthers 6-6, and they get the finale at home against the Panthers. Ooh, Sunday Night Football? Barf. Yeah. He's not playing this week. No, they shouldn't play him. Because listen, Cardinals, can get after the quarterback sometimes, maybe. Yeah. And Baker Mayfield has been known to run in some sacks, and actually, coincidentally, Cardinals have had a lot of success against Baker Mayfield. So
he's never beat the Cardinals,
right? So I don't think he'll play. I think it'll be Teddy, and I think they're going to try to run the ball 50 times against this front.
Right. Yeah, Bucky Irving poised to come back. You've got former ASU standout Rashard White, and then Sean Tucker's a nice running back 3. So it's Teddy Bridgewater. If you can try to force them into must pass situations, you got to take away the run game, and you struggled to do that. Like, I feel like every running back. That's why I was quick to bet Travis Etienne anytime touchdown last week, because they've been just giving up on a weekly basis. The opposing running backs have found the end zone and been able to get chunk yardage against the Cardinals defense.
They played the Patriots, Bills, and Rams, 3 of the best teams in the league, and they've lost all 3. In each matchup, they've given up at least 28 points. They beat the Saints 23-3, lost to the Lions 24-9, and then they had some shootouts with the Eagles, the Seahawks, the Jets they had a shootout with, 29-27. They've only had really one good defensive game. It was against the Saints at New Orleans a couple weeks ago. Yeah. Outside of that, they've really kind of had a tough time. I think the Cardinals are going to lose this game. We'll break it down Friday. Like I don't expect Drew to out-coach Todd Bowles, but I don't think it's a talent issue. Yeah. I think the Cardinals once again are going to go into a game with more talent and lose the game. That's how I feel right now on a Wednesday.
Vita Vea and the way that Todd Bowles just dials up pressures.
Right.
It's going to put the Cardinals offensive line brain trust and the players on that line probably outside of Paris Johnson's brains in a pretzel. And they're not going to be prepared for where the pressure is going to come from. And it's going to be a lot of Jacoby Brissett having to make throws in the face of that pressure. More as far as who the Cardinals wide receiver 1 is, plus those Kyler Murray trade rumor potential. We'll get all of that here on a Thanksgiving Eve edition of PHNX Cardinals.
As the weather changes here in the Valley and beyond, make sure that your bill on your thermostat does not change dramatically. Take a look with our friends at APS. If you're looking for a way to save energy and money, well, friends, APS can help. When you upgrade to a smart thermostat, I've got one. I highly recommend it. You can cut costs year after year. I remember, Bo, when I moved to the Valley, and it was culture shock, that crooked number of that first summer heating bill. No longer with the smart thermostat from APS. APS customers can get a new smart thermostat for as low as $0, free 99 at aps.com/sale. Again, check it out right now, Black Friday and beyond, aps.com/sales. Shipping and taxes not included. Other restrictions apply. Again, big savings, long-term and short-term. Check them out at APS.
You've got less than 1 month shopping to get your Christmas gifts in line. Rally House, you can do and check a lot of those boxes. Yeah, use that QR code or just go to rallyhouse.com to find your local Rally House that caters to your favorite team here. All your Arizona teams, you can find them right there in Rally House. Whether you're a Wildcats fan, ASU Sun Devils fan, how about Cardinals, Diamondbacks, Suns, you can find them all under one roof. And it doesn't just stop at just hats and jerseys. Man, do they have that. But they also have some great drinkware, signage, coolers, socks, anything you can think of as far as your Arizona or Valley sports team. You can find it at Rally House. You're guaranteed to find something new, unique, and matches your game day vibe. Find that local Rally House and shop their entire product assortment online. Rallyhouse.com today.
We're going to spend most of our offseason, at least in the early portion, breaking down Kyler Murray, Bo, and his status. And where we believe he is headed. A popular theory has long been Minnesota. J.J. McCarthy has been a disaster, which we foresaw. We never thought he was any good. They're not going to be in a position, I would think, to draft another one. So most people assume they're going to go the veteran route. And so Kyler Murray likely presents the best veteran quarterback available in this market. Now, Petzing has ties to Kevin O'Connell, and they come from kind of the same offensive scheme, although one's really good at it. So we don't know if Kevin O'Connell is going to view Kyler Murray as a fit. And as early as today, there were reports, Bo, of Kyler Murray maybe not being a fit in Minnesota.
Yeah, Jeremy Fowler and ESPN were answering just kind of a couple questions, a couple hot topics and they were looking at this Vikings quarterback debacle with J.J. McCarthy, as we had mentioned, just an astounding stat where he's 851st out of 852 quarterbacks in EPA.
Yeah, bad.
As far as just catchable balls, I think he throws about 45% catchable balls, by far the lowest in the league. Highest in the league is in the 80s in Drake May. J.J. McCarthy's down there in the 40s. This is what Jeremy Fowler said he's thinking as far as and what his sourcing around the league, saying that the Vikings, who they could pursue this offseason, gave 3 names. Mac Jones, who's under contract beyond 2025 with the Niners. Davis Mills, who's under contract with the Texans beyond this season with the Texans. And then Aiden O'Connell, who was just, I think, was he activated or designated to return from IR for the Raiders, was also tied to the Vikings, but did not mention Kyler Murray is a potential fit. Doesn't mean it's not going to happen, but these are the names, and just kind of, following the tea leaves, who we could see Kevin O'Connell and the Vikings potentially being interested in.
Yeah, with all due respect to Jeremy Fowler and what they've been putting out there, there's just a lot of guessing going on their end. I don't think Mac Jones is going to be shopped. I think Mac Jones is too valuable for San Francisco. I could be wrong. Like Brock Purdy isn't good, and he gets injured every year. And I think Mac Jones is more valuable to San Francisco than a third, right? Like I just, that to me is, unless somebody's grossly overpaying for Mac Jones. Well, first of all, if that happens, shut your franchise down. But also, I just don't see that. Davis Mills and this hype train, I guess, sure. And then Aiden O'Connell, if you're Justin Jefferson, you should demand a trade. I mean, this is a joke. I mean, like the Kyler Murray slander, if you go to your family, it's like, you want Aiden O'Connell or Kyler Murray? Come on. So I don't believe it. Like Kwesi and like their regime, like how many more quarterback choices they going to get, right? Yeah. Like you're going to screw around with this. Like Mac Jones, you could sell me on because he was pretty good for Jacksonville last year. And then this year, like he was good. I mean, he's been a good player. He's been better than Brock Purdy. If you're the Niners, like how could you let him leave? He's making no money, and Purdy's injured every year. Purdy has been bad every year. So I don't think that's an option. Kyler Murray, to me, wants to be a Viking. That would be his preferred landing spot. If you ask people behind closed doors, I believe that's what he would say. And so, I mean, you get to the offseason and agents start putting feelers out there. Maybe they warm up to the idea, but the money too is also a factor.
Probably the biggest factor, right?
Yeah.
It's probably the path of least resistance when you look at Kyler Murray's deal pitted up against the quarterback chump change that Mac Jones and Davis Mills are making. I think it's like $10 million bucks or less. And Aiden O'Connell's on a a day 3 pick, rookie scale contract. But the pressure is going to be on, like, they have failed with J.J. McCarthy.
Yeah, it's done.
They have failed with that. That is an absolute just strike against KOC, who could do no wrong at this point last year. Like, everybody's calling him like basically the next Bruce Arians, like quarterback whisperers. Like you take it's like an unbroken horse and you send it over to KOC and he's going to break it for you, no matter how much of a disaster it is. You've got Daniel Jones, who was, I think he was released at this point in the year last year.
Yeah,
and now he's a guy that KOC, he'll point to, him kind of changing his process, his work habits, his technique, his mechanics, and now he's a guy that's one of the biggest comeback stories of the NFL in 2025. And then Sam Darnold, but like this McCarthy thing, like it can kind of sway things a little bit. And then if you make the wrong decision this offseason, it's going to continue to sway things, and it could snowball for the Vikings. So they got to figure something out. They got to find somebody like to match up. We'll see if Brian Flores, how entrenched he is in the coaching cycle this offseason. Like, can you bring back Flores, continue to have that defense and that roster in place, and then still mess around with the quarterback position.
We could see a regression real quick if Flores gets a job and then they can't. I mean, like, it's a good reminder to Cardinal fans. Like, that's what's waiting for you, that quarterback graphic, like when they pivot off Kyler Murray. Like, that's going to be the cold, dark reality. And that's why, like, Bo and I are very much in the camp. Like, cutting Kyler Murray when you don't have a replacement is just, it's not a good decision, but it might be this decision they make. We will see. But I think Kyler Murray, to me, Trevor Sikkema brought up the Falcons. I think that is a very legitimate option, as Kirk Cousins is likely playing like his last couple games of his NFL tenure. And then Michael Penix is going to miss into next season. Like, Kyler Murray to the Falcons, Kyler Murray to the Vikings, the Jets, the Raiders. I think he will have a market, but can they get people to pick up that contract? That is going to be the biggest question mark. So, the Vikings situation, to me, they are a team where when you have Daniel Jones and Sam Darnold in your building to end last year, and then both of them this year are having Pro Bowl kind of seasons and are going to the playoffs like that, you just can't scrub the ass off of that. Like and let me just say one more thing. Jeremy Fowler is also putting out there that the Vikings are going to target Daniel Jones this offseason. Well, no, you know what? He's not making it to free agency, Jeremy.
Right.
Like that. So that's why I take this whole Vikings thing with a grain of salt. Oh yeah, let's connect the dots. The Indianapolis Colts traded away their first rounder the next 2 years not sign Daniel Jones to an extension. Come on, get out of here with that.
Right. They're going to have the ability to franchise tag him. Like, the Colts aren't going to mess around with Daniel Jones in what he's done there. Just crazy. I can't believe that I'm saying that now in 2025 of our football lords, but
it's what it is.
It is what it is. And if it's not the Vikings feel like they can get cute with their quarterback search after a huge failure, JJ McCarthy, like, go ahead. You can squander this opportunity. Cardinals are going to have other options. I think we look at it from the standpoint of, hey, there's a trade partner. There's a good landing spot for Kyler, and you don't send him off in NFL purgatory like the New York Jets. But there are like options like the Jets, and there are options like the Falcons and the Steelers and Vegas, who probably who are going to cut Geno Smith. So the options are plenty as far as Kyler Murray goes this offseason.
We're coming back around the corner. We're going to do a mock draft. People have been asking. We are breaking out the mock machine via our friends at PFF, plus your super chats. It's PHNX Cardinals. Hit that like. Big thanks to all of our friends, including our partners at Circle K right now. Again, 'tis the season for Thanksgiving meals. And I'm going to tell you right now, you need an appetizer for the feast that you're about to have tomorrow. Like, this is the perfect idea, because my wife and I always, ahead of Thanksgiving, it's like, well, I don't want to cook tonight, and I don't want to get food, and I don't want to feed my kids at home. Well, here's what I want to do. Let's go Circle K. Circle K meal deal, $3, $4, and $5 meal deal. Pizza, breakfast sandwiches, hot dogs. Just like, what can I eat that tastes good? It's not a ton of money before tomorrow. Before tomorrow, I'm in the kitchen. I'm spending big bucks on a turkey, whatever. It's Circle K, but you got to be a member of the Inner Circle right now. Join the Inner Circle for free by downloading the Circle K app today. Terms and conditions apply at participating locations. Visit CircleK.com for more details.
Circle K is elite, and so is Mountain America Credit Union. Everybody needs a checking account. Why not making Mountain America Credit Union's My Style checking your lifestyle? macu.com/mystyle. Get the built-in benefits you deserve. You're going to go probably spend a ton of money this week on loading up for all this food you're going to cook at the grocery store. Why not get some perks from that? Get those built-in benefits like restaurant deals, mobile phone protection, telehealth access, identity protection, loan rate discounts, offers on travel and events, and so much more. Make My Style your lifestyle at Mountain America Credit Union. Visit macu.com/mystyle to apply. Insured by the NCUA. Membership required based on eligibility, and some benefits require a no-cost registration activation. Terms, conditions, and exclusions apply. But look, it's simple. You want the perks. You want your checking account to do more for you, then just look no further than our friends over at Mountain America Credit Union, macu.com/mystyle to apply.
Hit that like button. I just saw a tweet go over my Twitter feed from Ted Nguyen, who covers the Vegas Raiders, and they're prepping tape against the Cowboys. And it just came out and said, like, Cowboys have one of the most well-run offenses in the NFL, and it's showing some early line of scrimmage movement and just the sequences of their offensive line reaching the second level. And it's just like, we talk about this a lot, and I think people locally here are kind of numb to it. Like the loss of Clayton Adams, like the Cardinals, and I don't mean this with any disrespect, the Cardinals don't know what they're doing now offensively. They just don't. And they don't know how to be able to prepare, and they can't make in-game adjustments offensively. And it was one guy who held this ship together for 2 years. And shame on them for basically ignoring that in the offseason, the importance of that. And that's not a knock on Justin Fry. It's his first year in the NFL. But like that's a reminder, just seeing clips like that and watching Dallas beat Philadelphia and their pass rush. It's just like, this all tracks. I watched Evan Brown do like a 360 on the field last week against Jacksonville, not block anybody. It's like they don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, they lost their identity, and they're just kind of going out there and kind of playing. Feels very schoolyardish. It's just open it up and just kind of throw it at the wall and see what sticks and see what you can do to produce offense. And it's just become pass dominant, and there's no balance, and it's just trying to. It's an NFL offensive survival mode, and it's really unfortunate because it doesn't give you the ability to play winning football. It's just kind of buckle up and hold on for dear life. And maybe you're in games, and maybe most of the time you're just fighting from behind like they have for most of the season outside of the first 2 weeks of the year.
Go back to like last year, the Jets game and the Bears game, and like the Cardinals and their nuanced run identity. It's like they don't win those games now. Like no chance. Do they? Like how like creative it was. I don't know. It just gets me on a tangent. I want to highlight a super chat because it's worth doing. $50 from Miles. Wow. Thank you so much, Miles. So thankful for this podcast and the wonderful community it brings. Wishing a very safe and happy Thanksgiving to everyone in the chat and everyone who makes PHNX great. Well, Miles, you make PHNX great. We appreciate you, my guy. That's very generous here. Bo and I, despite this horror show of a season, love doing this show because of everybody here.
It's the best part of our day outside of seeing the smiles on our kids' faces and hanging with our family, hanging out with you guys. It feels like we're hanging with family. Appreciate that, Miles. Cool avatar, by the way. Was that a Lego Spider-Man playing a guitar? It's pretty sweet. It's pretty sweet.
I need those vibes today. Real quick, before we jump into the mock draft, I know we got some presser clips from Jacoby and Todd Bowles. The Todd Bowles one is interesting. Do you want to cue this one up?
Yeah, let's get to that. So Todd Bowles was asked about the Cardinals quarterback position and the difference between Kyler and Jacoby Brissett.
Obviously, Kyler's a better runner, but Jacoby can throw the ball. He's been around a long time, and he's listed as a backup, but he's really a starter. He plays quality minutes. He's been in this league a long time. He can really throw the football, and he's a very sneaky scrambler as well. And they can run the ball as well. They got behind a couple of times the past few games where they had to throw, but they have a very good running offense. They're very scrappy on defense, and they can make plays.
Kind of coach speak at the end there, and you could tell that like he's not even thinking about Kyler Murray right now. Kyler Murray's on IR.
Right.
His task at hand is defending the Cardinals with Jacoby Brissett in there, and is just kind of going through what he's seen from Brissett. And like Larry Foote, who spent some time in the Cardinals organization now on the coaching staff there in Tampa, also was saying like, hey, Jacoby's not this backup quarterback. He's a starting caliber quarterback in this league. And you're just kind of seeing like the different tiers of starting quarterbacks in this league. And like, I think you can absolutely make that case for Jacoby, but you're still not seeing the Cardinals win football games, but you're seeing them find out where like Jacoby Brissett and this passing attack are finding some success.
It's hard to because you and I talked about this on Sunday after the show. Like it's really unfortunate that we can't celebrate more of this passing game because the team is so bad.
You should have seen it. I put out a tweet today. It was just stats about how Jacoby's like first in the league in passing yards. I think it's a horse show of replies. Like people are like, that's a bad tweet. And you got got people saying like, putting the record with Jacoby Brissett is 1-5, but I put it out there because number one, he's number one in the league. And two, it's more so than the Cardinals just winning football games or losing football games for the most part. Like, I've won some money betting on Jacoby Brissett, as far as his completions and his yardage. And people are putting Jacoby Brissett in their fantasy football lineups, and Michael Wilson and Trey McBride. There's more to it. So me, like, just pointing out that Jacoby Brissett is putting up these absurd yardage. Yes, I understand it's not translating to wins.
Oh, do you even know ball? Jeez.
Do I even know? Yeah. I mean, you've got, what did this guy say? I just saw it. Loser type post for me, just outlining that Jacoby Brissett statistically has the most passing yards since entering as the starter for the Cardinals offense.
I mean, like, he's been good. He hasn't been great. He makes mistakes. I thought he got tired in the second half last week because, I don't know, he's been exhausted throwing it 40 times a game. I mean, like, his statistics are...
He doubted that today. He didn't say, like, he's like, I'm too young to have any kind of fatigue, like shoulder-wise, throwing the football. He doesn't think that exists.
Okay, so, like, you tell me, fans in the chat that, feel like these are garbage numbers. Should Jacoby Brissett be throwing this amount of times? Okay, 44, 36, 31, 44, 57, 49. Like, he's doing that because the team is bad.
Right.
If the team could run the football and play defense, he would throw the ball less. He has to throw the ball this much. They have no choice. I mean, like, his most efficient game, the one that we love, 21-31, 261, 2 touchdowns. They beat Dallas because the defense played well and they could run the ball a little bit that game. Like, so two things can be true. Are a lot of his yards in garbage time? Well, yeah, I would hope so. And also, the Cardinals stink. Like that.
Right.
That's just Jacoby Brissett can play complimentary football. He takes some sacks because he's old and he's immobile sometimes. But, like, he also, knock on wood, bite me in my ass.
He's 32, by the way. He's not that old.
Well, he's over. Yeah, but I mean, he's not a spring chicken. He's got 3 interceptions. Right? He's not turning the ball. Like, he had the terrible Seahawks game.
Yeah, the 2 fumbles. So he's got what? I think he has 3 interceptions and then 3 fumbles lost.
Yeah, so he averages a takeaway a game, but this whole thing, he's a backup. And it's a cool story that he's out there just slinging it, and it's getting receivers who never had an opportunity just to put up some crooked numbers. We need some small wins here. I can't.
Right. And it's funny, like what you post about Jacoby on social media, and like if I put up a nice statistical tweet about Trey McBride, people are like, Trey McBride, man, Hall of Famer. But if I put up Jacoby Brissett, they throw the record in my face. They say it's all garbage time. It's like, well, where's Trey McBride getting a lot of his yards as well? Like, it's the entire team. They're losing as a team.
They had 2 games of garbage time. Like the Seahawks and the 49er games were not competitive. They were competitive. Colts, Green Bay, Dallas, Jacksonville. Yeah. And, like, I think they're going to lose this weekend. Like, I don't think they're going to get blown out. Are they going to get blown out versus the Rams? 100%. All right, we're coming back around the corner. You guys have waited. A mock draft, and I think we're going to trade Kyler Murray in it. So stick around, hit that like button, subscribe. It's PHNX. Bo, you want to tell us about our friends at Pure Edibles, why gear up a Bet365 parlay?
Oh, man, I love Pure Edibles. We're hanging out. It seems like forever ago we're hanging out with some of the brass over at Pure Edibles on our way to see the Cardinals win their season opener against the Saints. Yeah, that was a long time ago. We've got a lot of gray hairs in between, but also have relaxed and not let this nightmare of a season get us down because the Pure gummies that are not covered in sugar, like all their competitors, it's a full-fledged candy company, Pure Edibles is, with the gummies, the kicks that are like Starburst, chews like soft candies, like caramel, and also the hard candies. Pure Effects, they're outlined and listed on each 10, so you know exactly what effects to expect. They got the gummies for sleep support, candies for uplifting effects derived from any cannabinoids. You need those such as CBN, CBG, CBD, and marijuana derived from THC. Pure gummies are designed to be ripped, bit in half, making them easily shareable. Dial in that exact dose. Who says happy hour has to end? Check out what their collab is with Mother Road, their Tower Station IPA all-in-one. It's a happy hour all the time. Check them out. You can find 130 dispensaries around our great state of Arizona. Pure edible products. Go find them for yourself today. Pure edibles, pureedible.com.
All right, Arizona Cardinals right now. What do you think the line is with Bet365? It opened up at 2.5.
Yeah.
What do you think it is now?
2.
It's 2.5 still. It jumped up to 3.5 at one point, and now it's back down. No movement with Walt's injury, but Marv now back. Who knows? Maybe that helps. Over under is 43.5 as well. I don't know. I think I like Tampa and the under, but I like the over in terms of completions with our guy Jacoby Brissett. But you can get all that and more with our friends at Bet365 right now. Tomorrow is my favorite day to gamble of the year. I got friends, family coming over. You've got a robust slate of NFL football. You've got boosted props. Again, Bet365, the number one place right now on the holidays and beyond to get bonus bets, $150 when you're a new customer, and you bet just $5, win or lose, sign up and deposit $10 with the bonus code PHNX365. You can use your bonus bets on spreads, player props, futures, totals, whatever the moment. It's never ordinary with Bet365. You got to be 21 years or older, physically located here in Arizona. If you were someone you know has a gambling problem, wants help, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP. Text NEXT STEP to 53342 or visit problemgambling.az.gov, both for more info. It's time to do a mock draft.
It's fired up. You got to do all the heavy lifting on this end. I just get to sit back and, well, actually watch you make picks that
I was
like.
just about to say, I'm not going to do the thing that I always do where I take over. No.
You always say this.
Done.
You always say, I apologize. I'm going to give you more attention. This is not going to be like the last time. And then it happens the same every time.
This team is beating the joy out of me. I'm conceded.
Makes you more dangerous, is my opinion on this mock draft.
Right, how do I do this? No, that's not the right button. What's screen share? What? All right, screen share. Is this
present mode?
Where is that at? Here, is this it? Yeah, here we go. Screen share.
It's dangerous.
PFF mock draft simulator. All right. Cardinals picking 9th. So we had somebody in the chat earlier ask how high could they pick if they lose out. I think we're going to find out, friends. How many rounds you want to
go? Let's go 3.
Okay. That'll be fun.
I think I'm going 3, right?
Yeah, I think 3 is good. We're going to enter the draft, and we need to trade Kyler Murray. This is a precursor of moving forward. We're trading Kyler Murray before every draft we do. And I like the Falcons as a landing spot now. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I like that as well. But you're going to have to get a second round pick at the very earliest from them because they don't own a first round pick.
They do not. I think they've got 43, 75, 111, 150, and a slew of picks in 2027. What is realistic to you? The simulator is going to accept any trade. What do you think is realistic from the ATL?
That's very cool and trendy of you to call it ATL. I would say, I would probably say I think 43rd is reasonable.
You think you could get the second round pick for Atlanta?
No, you know what? Them not owning their first, probably not.
Yeah, I think 75 and maybe a third next year.
Yeah.
A pair of 3s. Let's do it. We're going to offer trade. There it is. Done. And we're about to start the draft. I don't think we're trading up, correct?
We're 9th. No, I think we're good.
Okay. The picks are Ruben Bain Jr., Caleb Downs, Averill Reese, Ty Simpson, Peter Woods, Fernando Mendoza, Jeremiah Love,
really well for us. Yep.
And Mekhi Lemon. Jordan Tyson, the best player available. as we just gushed over receivers all show. I mean, what do we think here?
Dante Moore is right there.
Oh, I didn't even see that. Perfect. We did it, friends. Is it good? We supposedly, did you guys see this? That the Cardinals have been at every Oregon game this year. Scouts.
Oregon's got lots of pro prospects anyway.
Okay, nerd. I was trying to build up some interest. Monty Ossenford's been at every Oregon game with Dante Moore. They've been out to dinner 20 times.
Don't say that.
No, I'm just
kidding. Not true.
It's not. Is that a plug and play here?
Yeah, I think it is. Is this realistic? Is one quarterback going to go in the first 8 picks and the Cardinals going to have one fall right in their lap at 9th?
Ty Simpson Mendoza.
Oh, Tywin. I'm sorry. I didn't see that. Yeah, this is great. I think that there's a reality where Dante Moore could probably jump both those prospects.
I do too. Ty Simpson, Trevor Sikkema has Ty Simpson as QB1, which we need to check in with Trev next Tuesday.
I think Fran, he's going to join us next Tuesday. I think Fran has Ty Simpson as his QB1 as well.
That's crazy. Jordan Tyson's a great player. Yeah, I think you have to pass on him.
I love Dante Moore, man. I think he's smooth. I like his skill set. Obviously, like his size. I think he is a really good quarterback prospect without a lot of like the big red flags.
Okay. Dante Moore, I think he comes into the Cardinals as the starter next year. Michael Wilson, Trey McBride, Marvin Harrison Jr., and Dante Moore. I like the offense, the offensive train here in the second round. I think offensive line, running back, jump out. I don't like a lot of these second-tier wide receivers. I don't know a ton of these players. This kid, I think they view him more as a guard at the next level.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yes, you can see here he's played a lot of left tackle this year, but a lot of people think he'd be better off kicking inside.
Which I don't have a problem with. You have a void at left guard.
Right. So let's look at.
And this is the second round. Like we're not taking a guard in the first round.
Right. So he is clearly the best overall prospect on the offensive line. Austin Shivereld from the Ohio State. So they love that. Iowa's tackle Dunker, who I'm a big fan of, goes at 36 to the Jets. Trying to see if there's anybody else here notable. Spencer Fano or Fano, however you pronounce his name, is a draft darling. He goes in the teens. So what do you think? Anybody else stand out to you?
I mean, you see the edge there. That's always going to be tantalizing to out of Oregon.
Oh, sorry. They do love Illinois. They do love Illinois players.
Ungalele.
Yeah. Lots of hurries. I mean, 20.
Mr. Cardinal is saying it right. I think like what you really want to find here is a starting caliber offensive lineman.
All right, let's go.
Could you trade down?
I mean, I'm sure you could. You got offers here. Vikings offering you 41 for 40, 44 for 41. Could they? Probably not getting 76. You could get offer for the supplemental, the 97th pick. You want to try that?
Let's do it. Top 100 pick.
Yeah, trade accepted. So Vikings come up, Cardinals on the clock, and you still get Austin. So let's do it. You ready to pull the trigger?
Yeah.
All right. Cardinals cooking.
We're drafting him with the idea that he kicks inside.
Yeah, I think so. So he's probably your starting left guard next year. We've got picks 73, 75, and 97.
Masterclass.
Well, we'll see. I mean,
what's that? You smell that? We're cooking.
I was like, do you have a gas leak in the studio? I'm sorry. The last time the Cardinals had multiple third rounders was in 2024, and it did not go well up until this point. So we're hoping to slay some demons here. I'm looking at this right here. Jake Slaughter, center from Florida.
Great name.
Slaughterhouse, baby. I think this is good value. He's been a starter for 3 years. I know Yelda's good player. To me, it's like he's clearly the best overall player. He's been a starter in the SEC in a bad program. I don't know. That jumps out to me. I think you get him and you just kind of see where the chips fall.
Yeah.
Maybe he plays right guard. Maybe he sits for a year. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, so this is your top third-round pick.
Yeah.
Junior likes Jake Rodriguez, off-ball linebacker from Texas Tech.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going Keim yet. Yeah, Froholt does Ozzie have one more year on his deal.
Could you
He's
play
still in his 20s?
Yeah. Could you play Slaughter at right guard and the kid
Just hasn't played. He's just played center, right? Weren't all those snaps at center?
Yeah, screw around.
We're going to take two offensive linemen and switch both positions.
Look at that. Well, all right. We'll put the kid from Ohio State at right tackle then. Maybe he can play right tackle. I don't know. They said the same thing about the kid from U of A. They said he couldn't play inside. Isn't he playing it?
All right. Ozzie's convinced me. More so Ozzie than you. Let's take Jake Slaughter.
Slaughterhouse rules, baby. All right. Cardinals on the clock here. What about this right here? You want to go safety? Yikes. He hasn't been playing.
What is that?
Great game against Wisconsin. No tight ends. No quarterbacks. Nick Anderson, wide receiver from LSU, 6'4", 208. Are all these guys like hurt? What's wrong with these players?
Pass. What about Whit Weeks? How about off-ball linebacker from LSU?
Let me check this pass rusher from Michigan here. This guy's got some juice. 11 sacks this year?
Yeah, fire me up. Let's do it.
Let's do it. Derek Moore. I haven't watched a lot of Michigan since Harbaugh left. All right, last pick, the one we stole from.
You're gonna make all of you're gonna watch this weekend when they play Ohio State. You're gonna make every take you have on Michigan players from what you witnessed this weekend.
I'm like, Derek Moore, can he play? Deion Burks, best available wide receiver. Isn't he undersized? He is. He's 5'9", 188. No thanks. What did you do to my alma mater? Crushed him. Let's see here. Anything stand out to you? Justin Jolly? Guys, good names in this draft.
You take Isaiah World out of Oregon. You can continue to add some more offensive line depth.
Oh, yeah. That's their starting left tackle. It is. Nice developmental piece. It's been a 3-year. Look at all those snaps logged at left tackle. My God. He's going to end up playing about.
What's his deal? He didn't have too much success against.
He's maxed out his abilities.
He's a red shirt senior.
He's 6'8".
Yeah, monster. But must just not be very athletic.
I don't know.
Scroll down a little bit.
6'8" tackle. I don't know. It's a little big.
It's like the Big Show. Malachi Fields. I feel like there's a kid in every draft named Malachi Fields. 6'4", 222. Does anybody in the chat have a strong opinion of any of these players? Antonio Williams, 554 yards thus far this year, 5'11", 190. They need, you know what they need, guy? They need a shifty receiver who's built like Christian Kirk underneath. That's what they need, that they haven't had that in a while.
Yeah.
I don't know this draft well enough yet to know who that player is. It's a good question for our guy, Fran Duffy, here soon. A mid-round, shifty wideout that can help, clean up some slop underneath.
Yeah.
I don't know. Nobody.
Safety? No.
I don't know if I want Penn State players. This guy's played a lot, though. A lot of football. Wheatley.
That's the Monty Osfort special right there.
Yeah, that's true. You want to take him?
No, I don't.
I can't take any more corners. I can't take any more third-round corners. So we've got an edge rusher. We got 2 interior linemen. We got a quarterback.
Did Fields have a decent, natty?
I mean, he's a good player. That's fine. Let's take him. Malachi Fields coming to the Cardinals. I like that we're going big program.
Pull the trigger on it.
Shut up. I was patient for the most part. All right, here's the mock draft. Dante Moore, the Arizona Cardinals get a treasure trove at pick 9. And then they move down 3 spots, still get their target. Tackle from Ohio State that we may or may not have to kick inside. Jake Slaughter, 3-year starter from Florida at center. Maybe he redshirts a year, maybe not. And then Derek Moore, just a straight up third rounder. And then Malachi Fields, the extra pick. We traded Kyler Murray, by the way, at the beginning of the mock for 2/3. So we still have an extra third in 2027, Bo.
Yeah, I like it. Kind of fell off, but that's going to happen when you get that deep into the draft. And you're not very far as your draft. Just homework. Yeah. Johnny Osifort. Look at Miles loves it.
Anything Dante Moore is in, we're just like, okay.
Yeah, I hate that he gets a C+ there. I think first thing we do is we just get after Trev for that. We blame him on Tuesday.
I would love just a mid-round playmaker. Like that's what they need. That they just, like Trey Benson hasn't emerged yet. We feel like Michael's becoming hopefully a good player. So let's get to these super chats. Goes to Pat Tilley with a very generous 50 burger. Thank you so much, goes to Pat Tilley. The Cards beat the hope out of me, but this podcast restores it. And why I'm thankful. May God bless you and your families in the PHNX podcast community with health and safety this Thanksgiving. I have to take this, goes to Pat Tilley, and screenshot it and put it in our work communication tool and let everybody know what this means. So we appreciate that more than you know.
Yeah, we always appreciate the very generous super chats, which it feels like day in and day out.
Yeah,
you're the best, and we're just fortunate to have people like yourself a part of this community, and we're thankful for you as well. Awesome,
unbelievable. Let's keep things going here with our guy Shaft, $10. Keep it on theme. I would like to wish Johnny, Bo, and Noah, and all the diehards and your families a very happy Thanksgiving. Thank you, Shaft. Hope to see many of you at the watch party on Sunday. I have a feeling we get to win on Sunday. Shaft, I need that good mojo you got because I'm down like everybody else. I'm a down boy.
Yeah, we'll see you first thing Sunday morning. We're wishing you the best Thanksgiving with you and yours. Let's keep it going. Shaft's the man. How about Desert Vulture? Happy turkey to all. Thanksgiving to all. Would like a win, but I'm not sold on game planning overall or game moves. Please prove me wrong. That'd be nice. I mean, that's the point, I think, as far as what you want to see through this team. Like more losing just continues the endless, the drought of good decision making.
Yeah, no doubt, 100%. Listen, I think that there are positives to take away from the season beyond wins. I think a lot of individual successes, but it's hard to focus on those things because the losses and then the messaging from the coaches is just so demoralizing. We want to celebrate Michael Wilson and Trey and, some singular performances defensively, but man, it's hard to do when you're not winning games. It's hard to do.
How about Desert Vulture again? The gauntlet Jacoby will be facing becomes a health concern. If he misses time, JG already set himself up for another problem, saying K1 practicing.
When is K1 going to practice, though? I don't think K1 is going to practice.
Yeah. He'd have to be designated to return. And then they'd have 3 weeks to ramp him up. They did designate Christian Jones to return today, the second-year tackle. You make a weird face, but how bad Jonah Williams was. Why not just you could get a definitive answer on Christian Jones. Like, can he play or can he not? And I think you kind of have a good idea, but I think you could use one in the last 2 games to get that answer.
That's not a question I need answered. Thanks. Clary, $9.99. Happy Thanksgiving to this great community. Here. We appreciate you, T. Clary, crushing it always in the chat, just like everybody else. I don't think Kyler Murray's playing again for this team. Jacoby Brissett's going to finish the year as the starter. And if he gets hurt, Keaton Slovis is going to start a game. This season is lost. Yeah, sorry. Sorry to break that news to you. Slovis, baby.
That is something I have no appetite for. I don't want to see Keaton Slovis play. As much as it's like, oh, played at, was it Desert Ridge or no, Desert Mountain where Shane went? It's like, that's a good story. I'm glad he fought through adversity going from school to school, and he found his way to the NFL, and Kurt Warner was his quarterback coach. Like, I want to, at the very least, just give me a bunch of passing yards from Jacoby Brissett to Marvin Harrison Jr., Michael Wilson, Trey McBride.
Keaton Slovis has a better chance to start a game before the end of the year than Kyler Murray.
No doubt.
I was just going to ask you true or false, but you answered it already.
Yeah, no doubt.
Slovis time. That possession with Slovis, I almost turned off the watch party. As if this is what it's going to be. We're shutting this down. When I was like, oh, Jacoby's concussed, we're done. I'm done. I'm not doing this. He looked
I was watching that blue tent like a hawk. Yeah. I was just like, because I couldn't watch what was going on in the field. I was just like, I can't. I'd much rather see. It's more interesting to me to see Jacoby Brissett emerge from the blue tent than what was going on in the field, where Drew Petzing dialed up 2 negative plays to cap off, and all 3 of the snaps that they took on the offense went negative yards.
Miles saying Slovis would feed families, not just in Arizona, just not in Arizona. And then Ozzy confirming he threw for -2 yards. They think Slovis is bad when Dortch is like the answer at, direct snap instead of, Slovis out wide. It's like Brayton Coleman's like, this is going to fail. We're watching it with him. It's like there's 0 chance this works. Oh my God, only 6 more weeks to go.
That's it.
What a slog of a year. Oh my God.
But there's dog days. There's dog days in post-draft where you're just like, I would do awful things. I see it. I do see that. Sure. Noah keeps waving his mouse over one thing. I do see it, and I will get to it. But Schaff has been a member for 2 months. I wanted to give him his flowers, but I wanted to finish my thought, damn it. Now I lost it. You've ruined it. I'm not inviting you from Thanksgiving tomorrow. You're no longer invited to my house for Thanksgiving.
What do you have planned? What's going on? What's happening on this show?
Me, my wonderful wife, we're hosting. I'm the least valuable player in the group project. Well, she's gonna take us to an A+.
Yeah,
with some friends and family, and Noah who's obviously moved here recently. We're taking him in as our own.
Yay!
Hooray! Love that.
I don't even know what I was droning on about before Noah did that.
You guys are special. We've had a banner week. Now, Noah's uninvited now to Thanksgiving dinner. Well, we appreciate everybody who watched today on a Thanksgiving Eve. As you can probably hear my children kill each other in the other room. It's just a banner day here. We appreciate everyone right now hitting that like button, becoming a diehard. So we're having our diehard sale right now. If you have not read the work of Alex, who is just crushing it as our PHNX Cardinals online beat reporter, his articles, I sent one to Bo the other day. I'm just like, this is so good. And we're so happy to have Alex in the fold. We're hoping that he's going to be around long term in the off season, draft season. So Alex, you've got our guy Adam Hogue, you've got Steven pumping out content. The best way, if you just want to pick up a free piece of merch, it's like, hey, I really like that shirt. Just become a diehard. You get a shirt for free. Yeah. And then you get everything else on top of it, Bo.
Yeah, it's for what I hear, like they're gonna have a great Black Friday diehard sale, so don't miss on that. But yeah, take advantage of everything that you can find at the ALLCITY store that's gonna be going on sale, and it's already available for you at a low price just by being a diehard. Big thanks to Schaff being a member for 2 months. He is what we love about this community, a very engaged diehard member that just continues to keep the chat fun and makes this a great place. He's the commissioner of our fantasy football league that Johnny is in last place in.
Yeah, appreciate that. I'm not in last place of the Waffle House League, though.
Neither am I.
Maybe.
No Baldy this week. No, Baldy's off just because of the holiday.
All right. Thanks, everybody. We're back to preview Cards at Bucs on a Football Friday. Be well. Have a great holiday. For Bo and Noah, I'm Johnny. We'll see you soon.
We all silly like the mayor.